Divine Twins, this is Debs, and this is, of course, your twin flame journey for the month of March 2025. Of course, as always, we're looking at the energies between the masculine and the feminine. You could be a feminine sat in your masculine, you could be a masculine sat in your feminine. If you're ready, let's delve in. The deck that I'm using today is the Vintage Tarot. If you guys want a private reading, as always, my website's down below. And, I suddenly felt breathless. Is somebody going to catch their breath? Is somebody going to reach out to another person and it's a shock? I'm hearing Archangel Uriel, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Metatron. Ooh, okay. Whomever I'm connecting with, these two souls have been trying to come into union in the 3D for, I'm hearing, hundreds of years. Wow. Okay, twins, it might be a rather intense reading. Let's see what comes through. Calling on the divine, the higher angels, and ascended masters from the pure white light. Please guide me in this twin flame reading for the collective. This is for the month of March 2025. I don't know why. I'm seeing somebody tasting cake mixture and they're thinking, it's a little bit too salty. I'm going to put some sugar in. They're tasting it and they're saying to themselves, bittersweet, but rather wonderful. I'm hearing sugar and spice and all things nice. How strange. Okay, twins. Maybe there's been a lot of issues between these two. I feel in the 5D as well as the 3D. Let's do this. As you know, we don't cut the deck for twin flame readings, guys. I don't know why this card feels hot. Okay. Weird. Divine masculine energy. Divine feminine below. I'm hearing the word circumnavigating. Someone may be wanting to circumnavigate a situation here that has been testy, challenging. I'm hearing someone say, I'll get round to talking about that later. All right, I don't feel someone here is trying to hide anything or hide the truth, but there may be a situation where if somebody expresses the full truth immediately, the other person may feel a bit overwhelmed. Oh, okay, wow, you were dealing with that. Oh my goodness, and that as well? You know, that sort of thing. Someone here is wanting to keep it. Michael's showing me a needle and thread. Very interesting. Somebody wants to keep it simple in order to initially mend this. So there might have been issues between these two in the past. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Okay, guys. 6 cards for the masculine, 6 for the feminine. Card in the center will show us the outcome of this connection. Underneath the deck, twins, we have the Death card. Ooh, Scorpio, major change and transformation. Now, in a twin flame reading, that can also represent going through the dark night of the soul and ascension. All right. If it's of interest, twins, underneath that is Justice. So we've got Libra and Scorpio, or somebody's transforming a situation to bring balance to maybe a twin flame dynamic. So let's first of all, as always, have a look at the energy of the masculine. As you guys will know by now, this is going to represent the energy that he's sitting in, his thoughts, his feelings, his emotions, anyone he's connected to. Okay. The King of Swords. So this could be a masculine who is an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I don't know why I was going to say Aries. This is someone who may be taking control of a situation, seeking legal counsel. This is someone who may have a plan in place This is someone highly intelligent. This is somebody who wants to communicate. Okay, moving now to the first card for the feminine. Let's have a look and see how the feminine is feeling, what's on her mind at this point of time. The Knight of Swords. I'm hearing fight or flight mode. She's either incredibly busy gathering information, she could be charging forward onto a new path and it's a bit chaotic for her, or if this masculine reaches out to express the truth, she may misunderstand that and she may feel he's trying to be strategic. So she could behave in a rather suspicious manner towards him. I don't quite know what you're trying to do here. I don't know if I trust this. Okay. Moving now to the second card for the masculine. Now this is going to portray, as you will know, how he sees the divine feminine, what he believes is on her mind, how he believes she's feeling. This is his point of view. The Ace of Cups. Well, first of all, the divine masculine is understanding that the feminine is sat in self-love, self-respect. This is a woman who has learned a lot of lessons. This is a woman who's learned to stand up for herself. He's aware of that. He may also be aware that she is understanding that he's about to approach her, but he may be offering her love rather than commitment. He's aware that she may figure that out. Well, you're saying you want to be in a relationship with me, but are we talking commitment? If we're not talking commitment, why not? Are you still connected to someone else? I feel we're dealing with a really suspicious divine feminine here. Let's have a look at her second card. Now, of course, this is going to portray how she sees her divine masculine feeling, what's on his mind, what's going on in his life. This is her perspective. The Hangman. This divine feminine believes he is either a Pisces or thinking about a Pisces, or with the energy of the Hangman, this divine feminine may feel that he's finally seeing things differently. He's finally understanding he is on the twin flame journey, and he may finally be coming to the conclusion that he has been self-sacrificing in another connection for the longest time. So he may be ready to take charge of his life and make some changes. So that is how she sees the divine masculine feeling, the Hangman. Moving now, twins, to the third cards. These are going to portray how each twin sees the actual connection with the other twin, the relationship that's been built up between these two since the first day that they met. So let's have a look at the masculine's energies. Let's have a look and see how he views the connection, the relationship with his true divine feminine. And as always, twins, this will be his perspective, his point of view. Okay. So the way the masculine sees the connection with the feminine is that either there's a lot of distance involved with the world. It could well be that up until this point of time, the masculine is held back from discussing union because with the energy of the globe here, he may feel that it will be very difficult to form a really serious partnership if these two live miles apart. But I feel the major message, twins, is with the Two of Wands, the way he sees the connection with the feminine is he's standing at crossroads. He may have been standing at crossroads for a long time because he's got a choice between the divine feminine and potentially a karmic. Okay. So the way he sees the relationship with the divine feminine is no action, no movement, sitting on the fence. Thinking about the distance involved, contemplating what he wants for the future. So twins, we move now to the third card for the feminine. Let's have a look and see how the feminine views the connection, the relationship with her true divine masculine. This is her perspective. The Page of Swords. Okay. I feel the Divine Feminine has viewed the connection as being awkward, challenging. There may have been harsh words between these two, very blunt conversations, even arguments. With the Page of Swords, she hasn't felt the love from the masculine for quite a long time. It might be because she's aware there's someone else involved. It may well be that with the Page of Swords, she's expecting him to communicate a difficult message of truth. And that might be, I'm still sat at crossroads. But with the energy of the King of Swords, I feel that behind the scenes, the masculine is formulating a plan that the feminine feels a little bit nervous about. What's he up to, sort of over there? All right. Now, twins, we move to the fourth cards. Now, of course, these are going to portray the messages that each twin wants to relay to the other twin. As always, as you know, these could be messages of unconditional love for the twin flame journey, supporting maybe each other as they learn life's lessons linked to their soul contract. These could be pieces of information simply sent between the souls during astral travel. These could be questions that one twin wants to ask the other that they might not have had the opportunity to ask in person. So first of all, we'll delve into the energy of the masculine. Let's have a look and see what he would wish to portray to his true divine feminine. The Five of Swords. He may want to portray to the feminine that he was ruthless. We have a soldier with a bayonet. He may want to portray to the feminine that he's nervous in approaching her because he may feel he's already sabotaged the connection, left her in a lot of pain, left her wounded. It may well be that's why he's holding back, or part of the reason why he hasn't approached her up until this point of time. So what he's saying to the feminine is, I've been standing at crossroads for several reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is that I felt that if I moved towards you to have a conversation, to talk, you might reject me. Because I left you in pain, I sabotaged the connection in the past. So, divine twins, we move now to the divine feminine's energy. Let's have a look and see what she would want to relay to her true divine masculine. Now, this could be in response to what he is relaying to her. Let's see, twins. The Ten of Pentacles. If the divine feminine understood that the masculine was involved in a long-term commitment, married to somebody else, the divine feminine may ask the masculine a question. I think potentially the main reason why you haven't approached me is that you are still sitting on the fence pertaining to ending a connection with your karmic partner. Is that the case? He is trying to persuade the feminine that the reason why he's been holding back is because of a difficult past situation between these two, where he might have felt a sense of guilt. What she's saying to him in response is, I don't actually think that's true. I feel the main reason you've been holding back from me is that you haven't made a decision to leave your long-term commitment. I believe you're still sat on the fence because there's a lot of financial security in the relationship that you're in. You're afraid of financial loss. So the divine feminine may feel the masculine is sending messages to her relating to the fact that he's nervous in approaching her because of what happened in the past. She's basically saying to him, I don't believe a word of it. I think the reason why you're holding back is you're still sat on the fence, not sure if you want to leave the person that you're with. Basically, don't make excuses. Okay, so these two are having a serious conversation or series of conversations in the 5D, although I don't think these two are talking in the 3D. Okay. Now we move to the fifth cards. These are going to portray, as you all know, the challenges and obstacles that each twin is facing, that they need to overcome in order to move into union in the 3D in this lifetime. So let's have a look and see what challenges the masculine faces that he needs to overcome in order to offer commitment to his true divine feminine. Let's see, twins. Yes, the Nine of Cups. The challenge for the masculine is, if he is strategic with the energy of the King of Swords, there is a possibility that he could move himself into what he would see as an ideal situation, which would possibly be to hang on to the Ten of Pentacles whilst bringing the divine feminine somehow closer to him. It's a challenge for him because he knows that he would be firmly sat in his shadow if he tried to do that. So this is him knowing at a deeper level that it's not the right thing to do. It's not the honest thing to do. He wouldn't be acting with integrity. He would be sitting in shadow. But he is tempted because on the 3D plane, there could be the risk of a lot of financial stability. Okay, twins. So let's have a look now at the 5th card for the divine feminine. This is going to portray, of course, the challenges she faces, the blocks that she needs to remove from the twin flame path in order to be fully receptive to twin flame union. Let's have a look. The Empress. Okay. Now, divine twins, the challenge for this particular feminine is she knows she's sitting in the Empress energy. This is divine feminine energy. She wants to act from a place of love. She also, though, wants to ensure that the masculine is not sitting in any manipulative energy. If the Empress represents a wife, and that could be the case, the challenge for the feminine is she may be well aware that the masculine is still married to his wife. And so she may have been waiting potentially for a long time for the masculine to recognize the strength of this twin connection and to detach from his wife, who could well be coming through as a karmic. What does she do? Does she hang on and wait and hope the masculine will move towards her, acting with integrity? Or does she hold back and continue to wait for the masculine to move firmly into the light, to ascend? She's not sure what to do, so she is holding back, sitting in her head. That's her challenge. She may feel as if she doesn't know quite what to do. So, twins, we move to the penultimate 2 cards, and these are going to portray, of course, what each twin is hoping for, pertaining to the connection with the other twin by the end of March 2025. Let's have a look at the masculine's energies. Let's see what he's hoping for pertaining to his feminine by that time. Interesting. The Ace of Pentacles. We have movement in the 3D. Pentacles energy is about the material. He may be considering separating from his karmic partner and then moving towards the divine feminine to talk about building, or rather rebuilding, a relationship with her. So he may feel, okay, the first port of call is for me to formally separate from my karmic and to move towards the feminine to see how she'd feel about us building a relationship if I'm in formal separation from my partner but still married. He may want to test the water. He may. That's what he would be hoping she would agree to. So, twins, shall we have a look at the feminine's energy? This could be in response to what he is suggesting she considers. Yes, the Ten of Wands. What the feminine is thinking about is, oh my gosh, we have finally got some kind of movement in this twin flame connection, which is quite exciting. But it's also burdening her because what she's realizing is, looking at the past, she's waited a long time for the masculine to fully detach from the karmic, and he hasn't done it. And after all this time, what he is suggesting is halfway house. She may be disappointed underneath. She may feel that she's given her divine masculine so long to make the firm decision to totally cut contact with the karmic. And after all this time, he's coming back to say, I'm still not ready to do that, but we could talk about building a relationship because I'm considering formal separation. It's as if she's there rolling her eyes thinking, oh my goodness, really? Is that all you're coming up with after all this time? She may feel he's trying to be strategic. So, twins, we have the Death card. There is going to be major change and transformation. The thing is this transformation going to be the masculine realizing that the only way the feminine would take him back is if he fully detached from the karmic? Or is this energy representing the divine feminine turning her back and leaving reconciliation for another lifetime? Because I feel we're dealing with a feminine here who has waited a long time. Archangel Michael keeps telling me many, many lifetimes for the masculine to detach from a karmic, to be with her. And up until this point of time, he has not done that. This may be yet another lifetime where she has to turn her back and concentrate on herself, self-love, self-respect. So, let's have a look at the final card. This is going to show us the outcome of this particular twin flame connection, again by the end of March 2025. Let's have a look, twins. The Chariot. The Chariot can be progression, but the Chariot is also a rather impulsive, erratic energy. Is this because the divine masculine is of the understanding that the feminine is emotionally pulling back? Is he getting scared? Is he realizing that he may lose her once and for all? He may be moving towards the feminine rather impulsively with a compromise because he doesn't want to let the hope of this go. But what he's realizing is what he may be suggesting is not making her feel excited in building a new life with him. No, she's burdened because she may be feeling that after all this time, it is simply not enough that he's offering her. In effect, he would still be sitting at crossroads, still connected legally, financially to the karmic, whilst wanting to build a new life with his true divine feminine. She doesn't think that's right, either for herself because she's sitting in self-love, or she doesn't feel that's right morally. So is she going to detach from the masculine, saying to the masculine, unless you totally sever the tie with the karmic, I'm leaving this for another lifetime? I think, twins, we ought to find out. Here we go. Let's get a clarifying card. Archangel Michael, will the masculine fully detach from the karmic, please? Temperance. The angels have this in hand. I know, divine twins, particularly my feminines, you're going to be disappointed. This is coasting, wanting to progress but coasting, which tells me that I feel the masculine is going to offer the feminine maybe the opportunity of building a new relationship with him, but he hasn't decided to totally sever the tie with the karmic. Now, everything could change in April, May or June going forward into 2025. But I think for March, he's hoping for some kind of progression to keep the divine feminine in his life. She may be getting to the point where she's fed up with waiting, and she may decide to let go of the hope of this. Now, this storyline has come through in previous twin flame readings. But let's move into messages, twins. Let's have a look and see what the masculine wants to relate to the feminine, and of course, vice versa. Here we go, twins. Archangel Michael, maybe first of all have messages from the Divine Feminine to her Divine Masculine. What would the Feminine want to relay to the Masculine? Yes. What the Feminine is saying to the Masculine is, if you move towards me asking me to compromise, I'm not willing to move forward with you. I'm not willing to offer you any more than I'm offering now, which could simply be friendship or acquaintanceship. Second message from the Divine Feminine to the Masculine. Thank you. Yeah. The Divine Feminine is saying to the Masculine, I know you're my true Divine Twin. I know you are my person. Third message from the Divine Feminine to the Divine Masculine. Thank you, Michael. The Feminine saying to the Masculine, I'm not ignoring you. I'm thinking about the connection. What she's actually saying to the Masculine is, I'm not going to chase you. I'm waiting for you to fully ascend and move towards me, sitting in the light, until you sit firmly in the energy of the Masculine, having fully ascended. I'm going to continue to hold back. Okay, twins. So, are we ready? Let's have a look at what the Masculine would want to relay to his Feminine. The Masculine says to the Feminine, I really miss you. So these two may not have seen each other for quite a long time. The Masculine saying to the Feminine, I don't feel good enough for you. Maybe the Masculine has got used to sitting in a little bit of shadow. He's consciously aware of that, understanding that his Feminine has fully ascended. He may be subconsciously acknowledging that I do need to take control of my shadow. What else is the Masculine saying to the Feminine? I will return to claim you. I'm not sure I'm happy with the word claim. It's as if he's saying to the Feminine, you are mine. But it may simply be that he knows deep down that these two are supposed to be together. I think he will be reaching out to the Feminine. He's going to ask her to compromise. I feel the Feminine is standing strong in her Empress energy, aware that he may still be legally and or financially connected to the karmic. She may say to him, you may feel this is progress for me in the twin flame dynamic, but as far as I'm concerned, it makes me feel even more burdened because you're asking me to accept something that I simply don't think is right. Yeah. So twins, I am leaving the reading there. A little bit of a challenging reading, but I like to see that the Feminine is standing up for herself. If you'd like your own twin flame reading, you can book that with me. My website's down below. For now, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye, twins.